be part of a family, be part of a team. We're looking for traders that we could trade together.
My name is Josh Levitin. I'm from Bethpage, New York, and I'm the senior instructor here at Cyber Trading University. What makes our on-site class so great, aside from the networking aspect of it all, just having our students meet each other for the first time, is the fact that myself and Fausto are very hands-on with our students in the sense of just being able to literally overlook their shoulder and watch their trade, what they're focused on from their platform.
Some news came out and the thing just popped.
While I can comment on what they should focus on online, they might not be able to understand that as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned. And it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right. So we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that day's pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it. You made it. Listen, for every stock, if that kept on going, for everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in the stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving your finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cyber Trading University.
All right, fellow traders, welcome. How's everybody doing on this lovely Thursday on the 5th, 2 days after the election? How's everybody doing? Give me a little chat back if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Just want to do it. Good to see you, Carol. Good to see you all. Greg, good to see you all. Perfect. Mike, John, William. All right, Ralph, good to see you all. Well, welcome here to Cyber Trading University. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that quick little video. We just want to kind of just show you the experience, the students that we've traded, the family environment that we have, seeing that the ordinary people are just like you, and that anybody really could do this, but it's not for everybody. And that is what we're going to be doing today. Today, I'm going to interact with you. I'm going to train you the art of what we do at Cyber Trading University, why we are the leading educating school in the industry, the longest running school in the industry, the most highly recommended by of the top brokerage firms in the industry. You're going to see the reason why. And then hopefully by the end of today's event, which is going to be about an hour, I am going to hopefully get every single one of you to come and see us here at Cyber Trading University live for 1 week, to see us put our money where our mouth is. Because I can't teach you how to make money in an hour. Actually, I might even do more damage to you, because you might say, oh, I could do that. Let me show you let me teach you, and let me show you the art of what we do here. And then I could take it and bring it to the market. And you don't got to be there for a whole week. If you're just there for one day, just to see what we're talking about, iceberg orders and level 3 and level 4, and kind of put that in there so we could teach you how brokerage firms can go out there and how they use, high frequency trades and algorithms and all that good stuff. But before we do that, let me just tell you really quick what we're going to learn and tell you a little bit about Cyber Trade University. I'm going to teach you how to find the best stocks to trade for the day. I'm also going to show you how to follow the smart money. I'm also going to show you how to have a consistent trading plan. They just don't go in there and just trade blind. You have people to work with. You have people to shadow, people to tell you why these things go up and down. I'm also going to show you what I am is being a tape reader, how to read the tape on the bottom, knowing what's moving and what's not. And then also show you how it's a very unbelievable, profitable business, because you have to treat it like a business. I know we have some business people out there that own businesses. You run a business, there's expenses, you got to know how to play the game. But if you're here to win a free iPad, a free car, a free computer, if you're looking for free stuff, please exit the room right now, because I'd be wasting your time. Trading is not free. There's actually nothing free in this world, because someone's got to pay for it anyway. You need to know how to buy stuff on your own. You want to appreciate that. You know what? I didn't need Fausto to tell me what to buy and sell. I learned it on my own and I made it myself. So when you go out and you sport out that new Rolex watch, or you buy your spouse a nice Chanel bag you probably never would, or take that nice vacation, or maybe even better yet, if you kids or your kids, so now with a a student loan. And I don't need to sell you on trading. You know why you're here, because you know this is one of the greatest businesses. It pays a lot of money, and it doesn't require you to go get a 10-year degree in college, okay? And you don't have to go work for somebody, but you got to surround yourself with people. All right. I don't know what happened. Do you guys see me okay? Looks like I got booted out of the meeting for 1 second. Hold on. That was really weird. That was a hell of a hiccup. All right. I've been doing webinars for 25 years. I've been using Zoom for about 2 years. That was the first time that ever happened to me. Okay. There's always a first for something. But let me tell you about Cyber Trade University really quick. And then, and please, I am going to be interacting with you. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. And I want you guys to have some fun. I'm going to do some poll questions. So I'm going to do a lot of good stuff here to teach you about trading. But let me just tell you about Cyber Trade University. So you're not hearing the next, person out there that like to pound his chest and say, I'm the best and I make a lot of money. And look at my YouTube. Look, I made $24 gazillion today. And hey, look at me. Listen, I'm not an egotistical guy. Maybe when I was like 22, 24 years old. I'm 49 right now. Been doing this for 25 years. I don't really need to do that. I don't think anyone likes that. And if you are, I'm definitely not the Wolf of Wall Street person you're looking for. So I'm not the right fit. But I can tell you what I did learn. Back then, when I learned how to trade, I thought I knew how to trade. I was licensed. I live here in New York. I was trained by the best traders in the world. But when I originally first stepped foot in a professional trading room, I realized that everything I was doing was completely wrong. It was the opposite of everything I was done. Reading the paper. Listen, everyone probably say, oh, I can figure this out. I watch TV, see what's happening. Maybe I could. Let me tell you, and I know it's not that easy. Now, today with the internet, I'll just watch a couple of YouTube videos. I'll just subscribe to this guy's, newsletter. Listen, if it was that easy, everyone would be a gazillionaire. It's not that easy. You have to learn how to think for yourself. You need to know what tools you need. And, it's a business. It's a business. So not to bore you with that, but I just want you to understand that I was you 25 years ago. And what happened back then when I started, we didn't pay for training. It actually was free, but you had to work for somebody. You had to split the profits. So I think that kind of stunk, right? So what happened, I was actually within 6 months, I was making a lot of money. Within 2 years, I was semi-retired. So by the age of 24, 25, I was already semi-retired trading. But 25-year-old is not healthy to be retired, right? So, but I was more of an entrepreneur. I wanted to learn how to expand my business, and I wanted to go on my own because I didn't like splitting the profits back then. So because I had a lot of good friends on Wall Street, they always, and people I work for, they told me, says, listen, Fausto, and this is very important because I think everybody has to realize this if you're looking to learn how to trade. They said, listen, you want to learn how to, once you walk out that door, you're going to leave all this camaraderie. And I worked in a trading room where there was about 300-400 traders. You're going to miss Michael and John and Leslie and Liz, all these great traders. You're leaving a hospital to try to start your own practice. And that's okay. But you got to find people to work within your practice to succeed. So the only way I could do that is I started Cyber Trade University. I had to go out there, teach people how to trade, where I was learned, and then make you part of my trading room so we could trade together. So that's why I'm here today. What I'm here to do today is I'm going to teach you exactly the art of trading. And then most importantly, hopefully that some of you will be qualified because I'm going to give every one of you a application fee, and we're going to see if you really qualify to be part of the team. And listen, people are like, what? Qualified? They don't do that somewhere else. You know what? That's why you'll find out I don't have 2,000-300 traders in my 2,000-3,000 traders in my room. I could have them. I don't want them. Doesn't make me money. Doesn't make you money. Not everybody here qualifies to trade. And hopefully by today, we'll figure that out. Okay. So let's move on and let's talk about Cyber Trade University. So why are you here? Only one reason: to make money. You're not here to see like Fausto and, the cyber traders and what's your stuff. No. Listen, all kidding aside, you know why you're here. You're here to make money. And you know what? You shouldn't care who the person is. You shouldn't care how friendly or brash they are. You want to find somebody that's going to teach you the art of trading. That's about it. So the first thing you have to ask yourself is this: who really trained you? So what I want to do right now is I want to do a poll question. All right. Which is very important. Let me just page this up here. Okay. So you're probably seeing a little pop-up window on the right. Okay. Coming up. Could you guys just tell me, are you self-taught? Do you took paid courses? Do you have a coach or a mentor that you're working with? Let me just really quick. I want to see where everybody is at here. Now, like we always say, don't be shy answering the polls. It's so funny. I still haven't got called on a poll question for the presidency. Well, guess now here's your opportunity to do a poll with everyone else and see how you fit in there. Okay. All right. So let me end the poll. I'm going to share the results so everybody knows where everyone is. All right. So it looks like we got about 63% of you took paid courses, which is great. Wow. That's pretty high actually. 61% of you, depending, did not take it. Looks like we're almost about a tie. We're pretty much there. So listen, that's okay. Right. I don't need to convince you the ones that took paid courses. You probably haven't found the right person yet. And by the way, it does take about 3 or 4 people of, training courses to take before you find the right guy. And if you're self-taught, welcome. Hopefully it will be your last time to look around. So anyway, to be a good trader, you have to surround yourself with people that are successful at it. Now look at this photograph. The big thing about this is you'll probably notice that everybody in there probably looks like you. Okay. They're regular, ordinary people, web designers, doctors, engineers, car salesmen, oil workers. I'm just looking at the list and tell you who they are. Software developers, professors at colleges, accountants. They're just like you guys. Okay. And they all realize that they want to go out there and they want to know how to make money in this market, but they got to know how to play the game. So the thing is this: can I see you trade? No. Okay. There's no such thing of fake trades, whatever it is. You have to follow them. That's what it's all about. So there's a couple of stocks that we traded, and I want to show you what I mean. I don't know. By the way, did anyone trade the stock APVO? Anybody see the stock on Tuesday? I don't know. Is anybody here? It went from 230, ran from 750 to $11. Anybody saw the stock? Nobody saw the stock? Were you too stuck on Facebook looking at, oh, what's Facebook doing? Oh, what's Tesla options doing? Ooh. Oh, what's my penny stock doing? What's the next penny stock? What's the next cryptocurrency stock? No one traded. You know what? That's okay, because it not only did it go to $11, but then yesterday went from 10 to 20. So you do the math: 750, 11 to 20. How do we find these stocks like this? Where do they come from? Well, that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you guys how to find them and why they keep going up. And that's what it comes down to it. So the thing is this: trading is a game, and you got to know how to play the game. And you got to know exactly what's going up, what's going down, who's running it, and who's not. Once you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose. It's not about what you think. It's what the street thinks. So when it comes to trading, everybody, like I just mentioned earlier, I just care about making money. Okay. I don't look at the company. I don't look at P/E ratios. I don't look at book values. I don't look at indicators. Okay. What I look at is net change. Remember, I'm here to make money, but to make money, you have to risk the least amount of money for the high amount of reward. There are 25,000 stocks out there. You can't trade them all. But what we do every morning at Cyber Trade University, which all of you are going to be invited to, every morning at 9 a.m., we do a live broadcast on YouTube, but you'll also get in the trading room all day long. And we'll scan this market. We'll find the ones that will give us the best opportunity to make the most amount of money. Now, as a day trader, which is what I am, day traders only focus on a day's pay. We're not looking to hit grand slam home runs. We're not caring about the company, what it does. All we care about is there momentum in the stock? Am I going to make my day's pay? Boom, game over. I get to sleep at night. I'm going to worry about what's happening with the election. Is Trump going to win? Is Biden going to win? Is it going to be a Senate? Is it not going to be? Is there going to be another coronavirus? Is there going to be, is there going to be another war? Whatever it is. I mean, unfortunately, catastrophes make opportunities. Traders love that. Okay. That's why, if you notice, by the way, I'm going to give you a little inside information. Do you ever notice they always hear about Wall Street? Wall Street's always involved in politics. Always involved in politics. Why are they involved in politics? Because they have to cause chaos. The more chaos is there, the more money they make. If the market is flat, they make nothing. If you can get chaos, COVID-19, you saw the same thing, right? Chaos. How many of you wish you bought the stocks in April? How many of you got crushed when it was in March? You know what I mean? So chaos, that's what they want. They love chaos. That's why they always look at it, what's going on. So anyway, getting back to the stocks, whatever it is, like APVO, stock had some, FDA clinical trial that they passed, pretty big one. I don't know what that really means. I mean, does it really require to go become a triple? I don't know. Sometimes I see one go up 100 times. Some of them I don't see it go anywhere. But at the end of the day, it's all about making money. And if you don't know how to make money, that's why most traders fail in trading. So how do we find stocks? Who controls the stock market? Well, I want you to look at these two pictures. Look at the picture on the left-hand side. Look at those monitors. Could you guys give me just a sense of feeling? What do you think is on those monitors? What do you think they're looking at? You could pretty much see pretty clearly, get a ballpark, but what do you really see? I can tell you what you don't see. Charts. This is the New York Stock Exchange. This is the floor of the exchange where the best of the best of the best are. If they were not the best, they wouldn't be there. Okay. How do I know that? Because I used to work down there sometimes. I actually had a cocktail reception. They get pretty more. You can have bar mitzvahs and weddings down there because they're going to get rid of it anyway. It's a beautiful venue. I tell you, I had a great venue down there with my traders. But it's pretty much nothing much going on down there. But what you're seeing there is what you're saying, Carl and Bob, which I don't know where the rest of you are. I don't know why anybody's not. Numbers. You see numbers. What the hell they need so many monitors for with numbers? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. So the thing is this. There are ways that you look at the market, and there are ways that you see it. There are different levels to get the data. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. Okay. So let's talk about level 2. Does anyone here have level 2, by the way? Anybody here use level 2? Yeah, Michael says there's no more paper on the floor. It's so clean. I know. Is that pretty cool? You know what? It was always just fun just to rip stuff and throw things on the floor. I used to love doing that. Just ripping tickets up. And next one. Okay, so we have a bunch of you say yes. Now, I'm going to do a quick poll. And I'm going to ask another very important question. How many of you here have level 3? Anybody here have level 3 quotes? Jeff says, I'm here. I'm taking notes. Jeff, that's a good student of you. Great to hear you taking notes. But how many of you here are have level 3 quotes? You see how you guys answer that. All right, let me end the poll because I don't want to take too much time and share the results. So you could see there's a lot of you obviously don't. Okay. And if you're not sure, I'll take that as a no. All right. Now, I got one last question to ask, and this is a chat. What is it worth to you if I'm able to show you where 70% of where the buyers and sellers are in a stock that you're trading right now? What is that worth? 70%. What do you think that you actually could do to a stock? You really think you can move the stock going up and down? I'm about to show you where Goldman, Merrill, Shearson, mutual funds, hedge funds, institutions, what is that worth to you? My wallet won't be big enough, Bob is saying. You know what, Bob? I never heard that before. That's a good one. Carl says a lot. Well, William, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. So would you pay $9 for that data? If I was able to tell you, would you pay $9? $9. Who here would pay $9 to see where the top 70% of the buyers and sellers are? Michael, Jim, Lance, Greg, absolutely. Okay. If you don't want to pay $9, don't mind me being brash. You probably should log out right now, because if you don't think that's worth it to you, then I'm really wasting your time. Really, you could probably go do something else for the next 30 minutes. And I'm only being honest with you because I don't want you to lose your money and I don't want to waste your time. But if you don't think of knowing where 70% of the buyers are, you should log out. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because when I started 25 years ago, and I wanted a job as a trader, the first thing when they did an open house and they were interviewing the new traders, they said, who would pay $1,000 for a $250,000 job for this data? Who would pay $1,000 to get this data? And there was only about like maybe 5% of us that raised our hand. You know what the guy said after that? Whoever didn't raise their hand, please leave right now because we don't need your services. People are like, what do you mean? That was the freakiest thing I ever seen. I'm like, who? And this was the question. Anybody here want to make $250,000? I'm like, yeah, everybody raise their hand. Who would pay $1,000 to know where 70% of where the buyers and sellers are? Raise your hand. 95% of people didn't raise their hand. They all got fired right then and there. So, you know what? Your service is not needed. Not needed. So Today, it doesn't cost $1,000. It costs $9. And I'm going to show you how it is. Now, listen, what I'm about to show you is going to be very disturbing. It really is, because what you're about to see, you're going to be like, holy crap, how could anybody trade without this data? And then another thing is going to bother you. You're going to be like, I don't understand. Why does no one talk about this? And I'll tell you why. Because they're not traders. They never worked as a market maker in their life. They found some sexy indicator or just very charismatic on the internet, or just spent a lot of money buying YouTube ads to kind of get your business. I don't need your business. Okay. I respect your business, but I don't really need it. What I need is I'm looking for traders I could trade. I can make money with them together. That's how it does. So let me tell you how we're going to go through things. Okay. We're going to start off talking about NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, at the end of this video, at the end of this event, I'm going to play a video from NASDAQ. NASDAQ has me a guest there to talk about their platform. This is NASDAQ to have a seat on the NASDAQ market. You could actually compete and be on the floor of the exchange with this window. Let me tell you how it works. It's going to blow your mind. So we don't need to follow. If you can't beat them, you got to join them, right? So you just want to follow where the orders are. You want to follow the brokerage firms, the institutions, and the insiders. So we already answered this question. So let's look at this. So let me get my pointer right here so you guys can follow along. Here we go. All right. You see my little red dot here? Okay. So you got buyers on the left and you got sellers on the right. And you got three columns. You got the orders, you got the shares, and you got the bid price. The bid are the buyers. That's the bid. Okay. If you're a seller, you're on the ask. Okay. That's the right side. So what you're looking at is one big negotiated market. It's basically what you're looking at. You're just looking at the raw data of the stock of everyone around the world who wants to trade DraftKings. This is the stock trading on DraftKings, and these are all the orders. Now, do we care who it is, who's buying it? That doesn't matter to me. What you need to focus on is where's the big buyers and where the big sellers are. That's it. That's all you got to focus on. So that's how kind of works. Whoever wants to buy DraftKings for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy DraftKings for less money is down at the bottom. Now, whoever wants to buy it, obviously the highest bid somebody's willing to pay for DraftKings is $41.21. You got 4 orders, meaning there's 4 different people around the world that make up the 400 shares out there. So, and then the next person below that, the next highest bid is $41.18. 2 people around the world with 300 shares. And now for the sell side, same thing. Whoever wants to sell DraftKings for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell it, their shares for more money is down at the bottom. So what you're looking at is a negotiated chat room. Basically what it is. You could see who's buying it, who's selling it, and how many shares are sitting at certain prices. This is the raw data. Now, the $64,000 question is, how does that help me trade? How does that help me make money? Well, let's go to a chart. So we're looking at a stock called Space. Okay, this is that, Virgin Airlines stock that goes public, trying to get these billionaires into space. Okay, for $250,000 a flight. So anyway, that's irrelevant. What's relevant is this: what makes support and resistance levels? Buyers and sellers. Does anybody know what support and resistance levels is? Anybody know what support levels, resistance levels are? Just give me a yes or no. Yes, yes, yes. Ralph, yes. Michael, William, yes. Everybody knows support and resistance. Okay, good. Well, let me tell you something that's quite shocking. Here at Cybertrade University, we don't teach support and resistance levels. You don't? They're like, no, we don't teach you support and resistance levels. Support and resistance levels is the past. Do you want to trade the past or do you want to trade the future? What is the future? The futures are where the buyers and sellers are, not where the support and resistance levels. You see, what makes support and resistance is buyers and sellers. You see support and resistance levels get broken all the time. Who breaks it? It's not who broke it. The buyer's not there. You could think of the support level all you want. It's irrelevant. But let's go back over here to the raw data. You could see the stock right here had a support levels around 1825, went all the way up to 1960, back down to 1825, and went right back to 1940. If you really do the math, you could have made 1,000 long, 1,000 short, 1,000 long on 1,000 shares. That's a lot of money. That's a $250,000 salary. But how did you know that at specifically it was going to bounce at 1825? Well, that wasn't support. That was buyers that made that stock go up. How do I know that? Because when I look over here at level 3 and I work my way down right at 1825, there's a 102,000 share buyer out there. You're talking literally $1.8 million worth of stock looking to be bought. Let's put it, let's call a spade. Who do you think is going to make the stock go up? The guy that wants to buy 2 shares, 100 shares, 900 shares, or the guy who wants to buy 100,000 shares? You understand? This ain't fake news. That is a real hardcore serious buyer out there. If you don't believe me, I'll find a 100,000 share buyer in the stock and we'll use your money. You tell me how fake that is. Okay. So when you stop and thinking about it, like, oh, now it makes sense. No wonder why the stock didn't go below 1825. It wasn't the support level in the past. It was the buyers sitting out there that made that go up. Bingo. Let's look at resistance levels. Let's look at Intel. Stock goes at about 1 o'clock. It takes a run from $47 all the way up to $50. A $3 move. You bought 1,000 shares of that. You made yourself 3,000. Do that every day. You're making $750,000. Big deal, right? I don't need $750,000. Some of you would be happy to make $50,000 a year. But the point is this. Why did it stop at 50? Why not 51? Why not 49? Why 50? Oh, 50 is in the Greek words, it's a very big resistance. 50 is listen, you could sit there and you could tell me anything under the sun why you think that it's going to be resistance 50. The only reason it was resistance is because you had a 210,000 share buyer right here. And if you need me to point it out a little bit better, I even draw it for you right here at $50, at $50.20 to be exact. That's it. I'm sorry, right here. That's my mistake. That's the next resistance levels. So not only 50 to 50.20, you're talking literally almost 500,000 shares that will make up between 50 and 50.20. You think I'm going to compete with someone who wants to sell 500,000 shares at $50? You think I want to compete with that guy? You think I'm going to trust a guy that's looking to sell 2,000 shares? You think I'm going to trust somebody that's going to say, oh, Intel's a good buy on some news service? I'm going to watch this guy. And guess what? If you didn't, it ran all the way down to 47. Can we as traders subscribe to level 3? Julian, absolutely. That's why you're here. But I don't want you to subscribe to it. I want to show you this live in the trading room. I want to practice what I preach for a whole week. I want to show it to you. I want to show every one of you that you've been trading blind your whole life. And if you just had the right data, you can imagine where you'd be today for $9. And like I said, when I started, I had to pay $1,000 for this data. $1,000. And if you didn't raise your hand that you wouldn't pay $9 for this, you should be logged out in the room. And guess what? It's shocking that no one left yet. So I assume every single one of you here are going to say, I'll pay $9 for that. What do you have to lose? To see where 500,000 shares are? Let me ask you a question. Did you ever do a trade and you sell it and a damn thing goes up? And then every time you buy a stock, it goes down and you feel that you feel like they're watching you. Like, why is every time I do something, I sit there, I wait, I take my time I'm always on the other side. As soon as I jump into it. Does anyone ever feel like that ever happens to them? A lot, all the time? Good. Anyone else? You know what your problem is? It's not they're watching you. You are not watching them. That's your problem. If you were watching them, that would explain everything. You'll know why you didn't get in, get out of it. We drill this in to our students every day. And you know what? When you're wrong, you feel right. You won't feel as bad. You're like, you know what? It's my fault. I got greedy. I thought that guy was going to get, I thought that was a fake order. I obviously learned it's not fake news. Okay. It's obviously someone real. So that's all it comes down to. If you just follow the money, it would make things just so much easier. Remember what I told you. It doesn't matter what you trade. They do it on Intel. They do it on HOFV today. They do it on TLRY. They do it on Google. They do it on every other stock. The only difference between every other stock is that you're dealing with better traders and they're more money. I don't care about, what stock I trade. I just want to make money and I want to risk the least amount of doing that. And I don't want to get caught, where these other big orders are. Julian has a question. One more question. Is it necessary to have a 64-bit computer? Mine's Julian, please do yourself a favor. Don't worry about that right now. If you're watching this live presentation, you're okay. You understand? You see, everybody comes up to me and they ask me, hey, who's the best broker I should open up? Hey, what kind of computer do I need? You know what you sound like? You sound like a 17-year-old that is just about to get their license, but they want to go buy a Ferrari first, but don't know they could afford it and don't want to spend the money and then realize you just need a car to go to work. But you don't even have a driver's license yet. Let's pass the driver's license first, and then we'll worry about getting the car and the computer and monitors. Don't worry about that right now. That's the least of your problems. Why go out there and spend money on something that's not for you? You ever go out there and just bought something like, what the hell did I buy that for? Doesn't make me money. That was a stupid investment. You know what I mean? No problem. And Julian, I love the question because it's some people call it, it's not a dumb question. I don't anything that has to do money. I don't think it's a dumb question. I think it's a great question you asked me because I get these questions that everyone has to understand that you got to learn how to play the game first before you go out there and do it. Because we have a new student, this girl, Pat, that just signed up at Cybertrain University. And I want to share what happened to her. She's actually logged in right now. And she told me this crazy thing. She's a retired nurse and she's retired now and she's all living on Social Security. And she told me that she got in trading the wrong time. She got in right when COVID hit. And her first trade was she did an option trade, which is the last thing you don't want to do. Look, your options are like that's like the most risky of the riskiest to do. And here's a woman that wanted to make about $50,000 a year, right? That's her goal. She lost $27,000 like that on one trade, like that, because she watched some YouTube channel and thought like now she's an expert to trade, options. Thank God that's all she lost. Okay. Because she literally blew up her account. So my point is this: let's go out there and learn how to play the game. Let me show you how things go. Pay the $9 and not worry about losing, the 27,000 that you could lose. Carl, options is like gambling. Carl, I don't call it, what? Everything's a gamble. You drink and drive, it's gambling. The definition that I use for my traders is what is gambling? It's not the casino. It's that you don't have control. Okay. There's different ways you can interpret gambling. So if you're not going to have the right tools to trade, you obviously are gambling. Okay. And it all starts here learning. But let's get back because we're running out of time here. Don't mind me talking away. I love talking to people like this. It's one of the things I really enjoy. Let me get my mouse out here. Okay, let me change the slide here. So let me clear the animation. Okay, so let's have a little fun here. Everybody ready to have a little pop quiz? Let's have a little fun. Let's test your knowledge. Is this stock going up or down? Let me put the pop-up quiz. Let me launch it. Here, okay, here we go. Let's do a poll. Could you guys tell me, is this stock going up or down? What do you think? Let's see how you answer this question. Come on, quick. You shouldn't even have to think about it. You shouldn't have to think about it. You should know right away. What's the first thing comes to your mind? 2 people said it's going up. Everyone says it's going down. Congratulations. You know what? If you said it's going up, I don't understand. I don't know how you think this is going up. It's going down. Totally going down. But you always get somebody that will always throw in their 2 cents and do it backwards. So that's okay. I probably know why you said it was going up. Okay. It's not a trick question. It was not a trick question. I was asking a very simple question. Is the stock going up or going down? So if you said it was going down, congratulations. You just passed one of our key questions to be part of Cyber Trading University. So at least we know you understand sense of direction. I know it sounds like a stupid, ridiculous question, but it really, you could see some of the people said it was going up. So they really don't qualify being part of CTU. All right. Listen, I'm looking for people to trade with, not to tell me the opposite. If I was in a stock and you told me the stock was going up and I went up and I lost money, I'd be really ticked off. Okay. So just getting to the point. Now, what is going to make that stock going up? Right? Buyers. So we're looking at Macy's. And you look over here, we got to look for buyers. We're at the buyers column. We're going to work our way down. So the price was trading at right around 720. So working our way down, 2,000, 5,000 share buyers, 6,000. Oh, what do you know? 69 orders around the world. There's a 24,000 share buyer and 11,000 share buyer. Holy crap, that's a lot of buyers. What do you think in theory is going to happen when this stock gets down to $7? What do you think it could possibly happen? It go lower or go higher? Okay. So you know what? Let me stop the results. Let me relaunch the poll. I know it doesn't sound right, but let me see. Is this stock going up or going down? Let's see how you guys answer this question. Hello. Oh, Siri heard me. Well, if it gets down to $7, could you say it again, please? Stop, Siri. I'm listening. I don't know why Siri's bothered me. It should bounce at $7, right? Right, Michael? Right? So let me end the poll. Share results. You see everybody answered it. So when we get to 7, it should go up. And guess what? Look at the chart. Remember that we saw that chart when it was going down? It hit 7. It went back up to 720. Came back down to 7. Went right back up to 730. And you're like wondering, like, wow, that's that's a double top. Oh, that's got 3 green candles and 1 red, which if you do and you do with Halley's Comet and when you look at history and you compare, you ever hear some of these people? They're like, what are you, an astronaut? What are you, a scientist? Do you work at NASA? Crying out loud, there's a 30, 40,000 share buyer out there. There's about 70,000, 80,000 people 80 people buying it. You think I'm going to sit there and kind of like, oh, look at, there's not enough data. Why you got to be an analyst? Why can't you just follow the money? Make it simple. Pay the $9, get the data, and just follow the guys. And guess what? If you bought it at 7 and you sold it at 730, you bought 1,000 shares, you made yourself 300. It's up a $50,000 salary right there. Who doesn't want that job? Who doesn't want that job? And you know what? You had several times to do that. You could have went long, you could have went short, you could have went long, you could have went short. It's as simple as that. Now, did I lose anybody yet? Is anyone lost? Just give me a yes or no. Did I lose anybody? Greg, I didn't lose you. Okay. Anyone else? Nigel? Ralph says, makes perfect sense. Well, I like that. I'm glad you added a little extra to the yes or no. Michael, you found William doing well? You following along? Okay. Now, think about this for a second. How long have I been talking for you for? 20 minutes? Imagine what you'll learn in a week for $9. 1 week. What you would see in the live market conditions. Everything that you always questioned, why everything looks backwards to you, will all be answered when you come into my trading floor, and I'm going to show you with the hundreds of traders in there to see how they think for themselves and how we all work together and find this. Let's look at this one right here. Let's do another one. All right. Can you guys tell me where, in theory, would be resistance levels in the stock pen? Where do you think a stock is going to hit resistance? Well, what makes resistance? Sellers. Look down the sellers list and tell me if you see anything unusual or something pretty obvious that's going to make this stock hit resistance. Jeff, Ralph, Carl, William, Garrett, Robert, Ralph, Ajit, Pat, Dale. Guess what? You are all correct. Congratulations. You're right. Resistance is at 56. Why? You think the guy wants to sell 100 shares is resistance? No, look at this guy right here. Like, why is the guy going to sell 54,000? By the way, somebody just said a funny thing and said to me, like, look at that. They're like, why would a guy advertise and show his hand? They want to sell 54,000 shares. That's a good question. I don't care. Maybe, Warren Buffett told him to sell the shares. Who knows? But when someone tells him he's got to sell it, he's got to sell it. He's got an order out there, so he's looking to sell it. Looking at this chart, what has been the trend of the stock? It's been going up. But for some reason, it hit a resistance, came back down to 55, and looks like it's going to hit a resistance again. Why? Well, guess what? Not only hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, several times, it had a tough time breaking 56. Not because of the chart that said so, is because the guy is out there, has shares to sell. How difficult it is for you to follow the money. It's all it is. It's as simple as that. Now, you're probably sitting here and saying, like I told you when you first came here, and you're like, why is nobody teaching this? Why? Like, this makes so much sense. You was just probably in another webinar, and the guy's telling you, he's telling you why his Fibonacci is better than that guy's 200 moving average. And this guy has different colors on his MACD because when you compare it to his 5-minute chart, he's saying his 10-minute chart's better than his 1-minute chart. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Why you got to sit there and make it more complicated? Why can't you just follow the guy out there that wants to get out of the shares? And I told you when you first came in here, because they never worked as a market maker like I did. They never worked for a trading firm like I did. And if you know what, and I'm going to tell you something, most of them are not even endorsed by any brokerage firm in the industry. Do you think a brokerage firm is going to have Fausto Puglisi and the staff of Cybertrade University doing presentations for Thinkorswim or Tastyworks or TradeStation or even Schwab, that we're teaching people something that they teach them how to lose money? They know who we are. And guess what? The reason why they want us to come out there and train you is because, and I'll tell you the real truth, to acquire a client, their acquisition cost is very expensive. People blow up their accounts within 30 to 90 days. If they can keep you forever, they would do everything in their power to do that. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to teach you. They're not allowed to do that. But what do? They bring experts like me, and and we don't work for them. And they want us to teach you how to play the game. And if you know how to play the game, you'll be a client to us forever. A couple of questions coming across here. What about orders that are retracted and accept? Michael, we didn't get there yet. Okay, I'm going to talk about that next. Actually, one of the instructors here at C2 answered that. Do you use Bookmap? Brady, absolutely. That's the next thing I'm going to talk about. Okay. So anyway, if you think this is cool, wait until I show you this. Wait till I show you how to use Bookmap, which is called level 4. And that you're going to see in the trading room. You think this is cool? This is going to blow your mind. All right. But I'm not here to teach you that. I'm here to teach all of you to get your attention, to take out $9 out of your pocket, get in my trading room so I can prove to you if trading is for you or not. Now, here at Cyber Trade University, just kind of tell you quick, what we do here is these are iceberg orders. This is basically what we call them. I came up with the word about 20 years ago. I came up with the word after watching the movie Titanic. Very sad story, very sad movie if you've ever seen it. We all know about the story about the Titanic. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But they were so concerned about what was on top of the water, they didn't realize it's the bottom of the water. And that's the difference between level 1 and level 3. So getting back to one of the other questions, one of you were asking me, how do you know if these are fake orders? Well, there's no such thing as fake orders. Now, can a guy retract an order? Can he cancel an order? Of course they could. You could do it too. How do we do that? How do we know that? Well, there's something called time in sales, which people like, oh, I know that window. I turn it off because it moves too fast. Are you kidding me? That's one of the second most important windows in the screen. That's the confirmation of the transactions that take place. The reason why you turn it off is you got your defaults wrong. Once again, who trained you? That's what you have to ask yourself. So anyway, here we're looking at a stock. We have a big resistance levels at $12. And you could see here, it hit 12, it came back down, 12, it came back down, 12, it came back down, 12, it came back down. Finally, it broke $12 and the damn thing runs almost to 14. Why did it run to 14? Because if you look here at the time in sales, look what ended up happening. 12, 12, 12. Sold 1,000 of it. 2,500, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. What happened was the guy was getting executed. So listen, you could have a seller out there and you know what? Somebody could buy it from him. And that could happen. Okay. That could happen. And it becomes a supply, becomes a very, very big demand. And that's the reason why the stock went up. So it's all about following the money. If you're not following the money, you're basically behind the 8 ball every time. And you all know what I'm talking about. You all know that when it comes to trading, we all know it's all being controlled by buyers and sellers and by Wall Street. So the thing is this. I know a lot of people don't like Wall Street. I don't like them either. But they make a lot of money. So what are they doing right that we're doing wrong? So the best way to answer that question is join them. You see, we're just trying to get the crumbs on the floor. We don't have to kill it. You don't have to be convinced from these people that are online and say, I just don't, I hate when I see people brag how much money they make. It's like throwing it in your face. Some of you, you have to understand that you can't compete with that. I mean, maybe eventually when you get good at it and you build a substantial amount of money, but here at Cyber Trade University, we don't talk about money. We actually do everything in points. Hey, I made 30 cents today. I made 20 cents. Shoot, if it's a guy who did 100 shares, a guy did 10,000. Who cares? You both all competing like, hey, we made 10 cents, we made 50 cents. We made $2. Nobody needs to know it. And you don't have to be embarrassed to say it. And that's what you're going to learn at CTU. It's all about teamwork. So getting back to one of your questions, Kelly, level 4, we're going to save that when you pay the $9 and you come into Cyber Trade University for a week. Okay. Now, the thing is this, to be a good trader, you got to be a team player. being a team player, you can't be this typical guy that's going to be confused behind a video game and trying to figure things out. Okay. You make things more complicated than what it is. You're just never going to do a trade. You're going to be churning your wheels, and you're going to lose one of the greatest opportunities that are going to help you become very successful. I mean, honestly, think about it. How many of you here are retired? How many of you here are living on Social Security? You can't live on your pension. You're supposed to build on that pension. You could lose it all in a snap of a finger if some of you haven't done it already, or you're probably crapping your pants like, oh my God, like the girl, the new woman that Pat that became a student. She's like, you know what? That was a wake-up call when I lost that. I had to work 3 years that I invested in my pension, and I lost it one trade. And that could happen because no one ever taught her how to play the game. Don't be that person. Let's learn before we, because the way you're going to earn, what you're going to learn, that's how you will earn. KISS method. Keep it simple. Keep it super simple. Now, listen, you don't need to make a lot of money in trading to make it a successful career. Do you know if you make 50 lousy little stinking cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, that's it. On 1,000 shares, you make $500. This stock went from 11 to almost $14. I don't need to make $3, $2. I just need 50 cents. 50 cents. 2 trades at 25 cents. Guess what? Add that up at the end of the year. There's your $100,000 salary. Who doesn't want that job? Who doesn't want that job? To sit at your home, you quarantine. I mean, you really think somebody's going to hire you to go back to work? Nobody's hiring anybody. Okay? Unless you're in the restaurant business and you want to who wants to deal with COVID? Let's just stay home. Let's relax. Let's just trade the market. You see what's happening. Market's up 500 points today. Who doesn't want to enjoy this? I go right back downstairs. I can make myself lunch, come out and hang out with you people. That's what people love this job about. But you don't want to lose this opportunity to blow up your account. And trading is an 80% failure rate. The reason why people fail is they don't do their homework, find right mentors, and learn how to trade with it and surround them with good traders to trade around them. It's a business. It really is. Listen, trading is a great job. You could spend more time with your family. You could enjoy life, but you got to know how to play the game. I want to invite every single one of you and prove to you and show you not how great of a trader I am. Because listen, I beat every school I competed against. Who cares? Doesn't make you any money. Actually, so many people I'm trying to compete with right now, and they all chickened out because they don't want to embarrass themselves. Who knows? And you know what? How do you know they're really a good trader? How do you know they're not going to give you fake orders? But you know what I can't do? When you come into the trading room and you see people in there like you, and you see them making call outs like Brian D, Barbara E, Andrea, Don, Ed. I'm just going down the list. There's almost over 100 people in there. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm doing. I want to invite every single one of you to come in my trading room, the original trading room, not the other ones you see around there. Now, I started the first one 25 years ago. I want to invite you into the first one, and I want you to not judge us on our winners. I want you to judge us on our losers. Our job here at Cyber Trader University is not to teach you how to make money. We're here to teach you how to stop losing it. Once you learn how to stop losing money, then you'll learn how to make money. No one knows how to take a loss. And that's what you need to see. And what we do is we start at 8 a.m. in the morning and we run all the way up to 4:30 in the afternoon. But we don't trade all day. I mean, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this webinar if I was trading all day. I usually trade about an hour a day. That's it. I'm done. I don't need to kill it. First of all, the market only moves at certain times. So you just trade those volatile times and you're done. And if you miss it, no big deal. You come back tomorrow. So this is what I'm asking. $9 will give you access to pay for an application fee to get into my trading room. In this $9, we're going to need to ask you a couple of questions. We want to know who you are, who you trade with, if you have any education, because part of you being part of CTU, we need to know a little bit about you. And every one of you is going to get the opportunity to talk to an education advisor. And by the way, the $9 is going to give you a lot of stuff. You're going to get access to the trading room for a week. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, a weekly live Q&A session, a crash course on day trading, okay? Everything, plus 100 hours of recordings and premium workshops, all for $9. And I'll tell you why. Like, first of all, I'll just be honest with you. I don't make money at $9. I lose money on this. I don't know if you heard about the $15 an hour, thing that came out. You talk to one of my instructors, I lose money on this deal. Why am I asking for $9 is just to prove to me that you're a real person. That's about it. And as a bonus, if you register right now, the first 20 people will get a free coaching class with me personally. Why do I do that? Because I need to interview you and see if you're really qualified to continue with us. Because I am looking for traders I could train that understands what I just showed you after seeing and being in a room and seeing if we can make money together and if we can continue. Because it comes to a point that right now, what you're doing is you're interviewing us. Now we did this. Now you're going to do orientation, and then we're going to do the interview. That's the right way, because listen, this might not be for you, and it's okay. It's fine. Don't be insulted. I'll save you thousands, tens of thousands. But let's start off with the $9. Do it for the week. And by the way, if it doesn't work out, I'll give you $100. I'll give you your money back at the end of the week. Just say, Fausto, it's not for me. Come my $9. Yeah, no problem. No big deal. You can have it back. But there are some of you right now that have been looking for a long time. You've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. You've been seeing these commentaries, these webinars. Hopefully I'm your last stop. You heard the bad things about day trading. You know what? Find the real truth. Okay? Find out the real truth of all the negativity, if it's for real or not. Because I am one of the original day traders that started. I'm actually one of the original So's bandits that started. You read the old books, you say, oh yeah, I heard about those So's bandits. Yeah, that's what I was. I was one of the So's bandits. Let me show you exactly how to do it. Let me see if you could do it, and let's all make money together. Galadio says, the only thing I regret or is a full setup of the level 3. Well, listen, we're going to show you how to set it up. You're going to see it in the trading room. Listen, we just want you to see if other people make money doing this. Okay. That's really the ultimate goal. All right. Now, I'm going to answer a couple of questions. We're answering a bunch of them right now. I got a bunch of people that just registered. Just want to do a couple of shout outs here. Who do we got here? We got Ken B from just registered. I don't like to say the last name. Michael from Buffalo just got your registration. Welcome aboard. John from Chicago got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right, just keep going at filling it out. And we'll get you registered. Any other questions? Guys, it's $9. Remember I told you, if you didn't think any of this stuff, if you think this is all fake, the only way to find out, come in the room, let me show you what's going on, and let's go out there and trade together. Remember, right after this event, I'm going to play a video from NASDAQ. NASDAQ wants you to know how to trade the market. That's why they have me as a guest coming on all the time. And we're going to play that. I'm going to go in detail. I'm going to show you their NASDAQ total view. But please do not buy it. It's actually cheaper paying the $9 and paying the $15. Come in the room. Let me show it to you. And then eventually you can go buy it. But let me show you how to use it. I always get people like, could I just, where do I get it? I'm not telling you anything. If I do that, I'm actually I'm destroying your trading career, because you're going to go out there. You're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know how to set it up, and you're going to stick calling them, and nobody's going to answer your phone. Just pay the $9 and get it over with. All right. All right, guys. So, any last minute questions? Any last minute questions? Now, listen, I'd like to thank my students for coming here. It's always nice to get you away from the training room, coming and listen to this again. Also, I'd like to thank our partners for helping make this possible. I'd like to thank my staff for making this a lot of work to do these events. And hopefully it was more worth your time for being here. But listen, we just got started. This is the beginning. Okay. Now we're going to open up the floodgates. We're going to know the real truth about it. And let me tell you something, guys. And now the election, well, technically it's not over. You know, with the coronavirus, it's not over. Okay. Trade wars are not over. These catastrophes are going to make some big opportunities for us to make a lot of money. So let's get on the fun. Let's go out there and trade together. But let me show you how to do it and do it for the rest of your life so you can live a nice, happily, healthy career and don't have to depend on anyone else out there. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to play the video and look forward to seeing you in the trading room.